Good morning, students. This is what Mr. Rubel has for you in writing today. I'm going to go over the plan, and then I'm going to review the types of informational text that we have been studying. First of all, here's the plan. I'll try and keep this up there where you can see it the whole time. You today are going to pick informational text. You're going to partner up. You're going to read the text and think about it. Try and figure out what type of informational text it is. Then you're going to make a thinking map to explain how the author organized the information and explain the information in your text. And then you're going to have a few minutes at the end to present. So when we get done, 5 minutes to pick a partner and pick out what text you're going to use. And you can use books that you have their informational text. Otherwise, you'll need to pick from my pile. Then 10 minutes to sit down and actually read and think. You don't have to read the whole book. I would suggest you pick 2 pages to read and try and organize what you learned from those 2 pages into a thinking map. That's what you'll do next for 20 minutes. You'll have time to make a thinking map, and then you'll have 20 minutes to present. Once again, I'm going to leave my stack of informational text up here on the front table area, and you can use that. If you'd like to use a time for kids, you can. It's up to you. Now, a quick review of the types of informational text that we've been going over in our classroom. One of them is problem solution. Does it center around a problem? Like, remember, people were in Time for Kids, we had that article about the football players getting concussions and how one of the solutions was to have a sensor to see if they'd hit their head hard. We have descriptive text. That's where it centers around a topic. We had read one that centered around submarines or submersibles, and we put that in the center. And then around it, we put the facts and descriptions that we learned to organize descriptive text. If you're reading something you think is chronological, that means that it's maybe like a timeline or a history of something. Like we read about how these ducks fell off a ship and then they floated all over the world, and then months later they found them in faraway places like Japan. Or if you're reading about the life cycle of something in a sequence, you probably want to organize it chronologically. For that, we would use a flow map or a timeline, or you could even use like a circular bubble map. You might pick out an interesting place and use comparison, where it's talking about 2 different things and comparing and contrasting them. Some of our examples were comparing cats to dogs, ice cream to Slurpees. Comparison text tries to compare 2 different things side by side. Alright, another one you might have very similar to problem and solution is way over here, and that is the cause and effect thing, where it's talking about the many things that cause a problem and the many things that are affected by that. For example, you may stay up late on a school night because you watch too much TV, or your siblings are making too much noise, and then the effect would be that you're cranky or late for school. Usually cause and effect is something like global warming. Like, what are the reasons that happens? Alright, that was a quick review of the different kinds of text that you could end up looking at. So, step 1, pick a partner. Step 2, pick a text. Step 3, read your text. I expect you to pick one spot in the room and work there quietly like you did yesterday with thinking maps. 20 minutes to make a good thinking map and 20 minutes to present. Make me proud, Rubel Rockets.